After more than 6 decades of silence, the man who examined Marilyn Monroe's body is finally speaking out. And what he's revealing could flip the official story upside down. For years, the world was told that Hollywood's golden icon took her own life, but Dr. Thomas Noguchi, the coroner who actually performed her autopsy, says he never agreed with that ruling. Now, at 98 years old, he's breaking his silence, confessing that evidence went missing, tests were blocked, and that he may have been used as a pawn in a cover-up that protected some of the most powerful men in America. On the night of August 4, 1962, Marilyn Monroe was found dead inside her Los Angeles home. She was just 36 years old. Scattered across the bedroom floor were bottles of powerful sedatives, a sight that immediately fueled the official story: suicide. Within hours, headlines declared that the blonde bombshell had ended her own life. But even then, not everyone was convinced. The scene raised more questions than answers. And the biggest of them all was this: why did the autopsy that could have settled the truth feel incomplete from the very beginning? At the center of it all was a man no one expected, Thomas Noguchi. Just 35 years old, still on probation, and far from an established name in the coroner's office, he was suddenly tasked with examining the most famous woman in the world. Normally, a case of this magnitude would go straight to the chief coroner, Theodore Curfey. But for reasons that were never explained, the job fell to Noguchi. From the moment he stepped into the morgue, something felt wrong. He couldn't shake the uneasiness, as if he'd been pushed into a role he wasn't supposed to play. And that uneasiness only grew with every step of the examination. Because when Noguchi opened Monroe's body, he noticed something shocking. Despite the empty pill bottles around her, there were no visible pills inside her stomach or small intestine. How could she have swallowed enough sedatives to take her own life, yet leave no trace? Noguchi pushed for further tests, demanding the stomach contents and organs be examined more closely. But before that could happen, the head toxicologist, Raymond Abernathy, stepped in and disposed of them. Just like that, crucial evidence was gone forever. Without a full toxicology analysis, it was impossible to determine whether Monroe had swallowed pills, or whether something had been injected into her instead. And that's when the darker questions began. Noguchi admits he never agreed with the suicide ruling, but his voice was ignored. Why? Some say the answer lies in Marilyn's dangerous connections. Reports claim she had affairs with President John F. Kennedy and his brother, Attorney General Robert F. Kennedy. She was rumored to be pregnant with the president's child, and after being pushed aside, insiders allege she threatened to go public, even talking about an abortion. If true, that would have been explosive enough to destroy reputations and shift political power overnight. Did that make Marilyn too much of a risk to be left alive? For Noguchi, the doubts never left. He was still young, new to the job, and he knew that if the autopsy was ever exposed as botched, the blame would land squarely on him. He feared he was being set up, that by assigning him the most controversial case in Hollywood history, the department was protecting itself and shielding someone else. Was I a pawn in a cover-up? He later asked himself. Even now, more than 60 years later, he admits the regret still lingers. But the mystery doesn't stop there. Was Marilyn Monroe really the victim of a tragic mental spiral, an accidental OD, or was she silenced to protect the powerful? With missing organs, destroyed evidence, and a coroner who never believed the official story, the truth remains locked in shadows. Every revelation from Noguchi seems to raise more questions than it answers. Marilyn Monroe was more than a Hollywood icon. She was a woman whose life intersected with fame, politics, and power in ways that may have sealed her fate. And even now, the world is left asking, did she take her own life, or was she silenced forever?